Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a should you melt this video today and I'm pretty behind on recording this. It is Wednesday, December 8th and I've been trying to record these on the weekend, but this past weekend just got a bit away from me. So I am including what I've melted up through today, and so I don't know if I'll do another one this weekend or maybe wait just like a week and a half and do one the following weekend, like after, a week from this weekend. But I do have quite a bit of empties and some non-empties, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And this first one I finished. I'm gonna start with empties. This is Teddy B's Mr. Claus, and Mr. Claus is Cranberry Woods, Frosted Sugar Cookies, and Palo Santo. This is this was poured in February of 2020, and this is from the very first order I've replaced with Teddy B's. I do really like this scent. I feel like I get more of the Frosted Sugar Cookie and Palo Santo when I warm it. The Cranberry Woods, I was not getting it either on cold or warm, so it's a good blend. For strength, it's a pretty decent throw. It's not like crazy, throw me out of the house type throw, but it's good and I could smell it. And generally with these soufflés, I've been cutting them into about 8 pieces and putting them in my warmers, because I will use multiple warmers in my living room, bedroom, pretty much in each room now. So that's a good, that was a good one. I would definitely get it again. And then from L3 Waxy Wonders, I finished a Bitty Betty Loaf in Winter Snooze. Winter Snooze is icy peppermint, herbal lavender, and chamomile. I really do like this scent. This is a long-lasting one from L3. And I feel like, although you get that icy peppermint, I really do feel like the herbal lavender and chamomile really hold their own against the peppermint. I think I talked about this one too in a somewhat recent should you melt this, because it was a non-empty. I have this coming in my custom order, which actually is shipping. So I really do like that scent. It's a great nighttime scent. I finished this bag from Candles from the Keeping Room in Icy Pine. And this is basically like a peppermint and pine scent. This is now 2014. This is from November 2014. So very old. I could still smell it. I actually melted, I had 2 pieces of this and then 1 piece of Smoky Mountain Christmas from Dessa's, and this is from 2018. So I had 1 little tart in this one, and so in my bedroom I have 2 warmers and 1 in my bathroom, and I tend to melt the same scents just because they tend to migrate together anyways, or mesh together. So I feel like I have a hair on my face, so I'm sorry. So I ended up putting this 1 and these 2 in the 3 different warmers in my bedroom / bathroom. I really like this because this is like a Smoky Mountain Christmas. I think it's her Smoky Mountain Berries or something like that. So it's like a pine and berry scent with a bit of smokiness. The Christmas, I can't remember if maybe that has a slight mint, but it's a very pretty outdoorsy Christmas tree, slight kind of winter berry scent. And this one being kind of the mint and the pine kind of really just went very well together. I will say, so I had someone ask me, one of my waxy friends asked me about a vendor scent that was like a Christmas tree scent. She asked if it was cologne, and I was kind of taken aback by it because I had never noticed before that some Christmas tree scents have somewhat of a cologne note to them. And so this, I think Candles from the Keeping Room, some of her kind of Christmas tree type scents do have some of that cologne scent to it, and so this was one that did have it. But I think with the peppermint and with all the scent notes coming from this one, I didn't pick up on it too much, and it was nice on warm. Now I will say this wasn't super strong. I think if this was a fresh tart from Candles from the Keeping Room, if I just bought this year, I think you'd only need 1 of these in a bedroom. But because it's so old, it's not as highly fragranced as it used to be. And so I will use 2 or 3 of her tarts now in a room to make sure I'm getting a good throw. But again, it's the passage of time. Oh, and this week was my Candles from the Keeping Room week. So actually, you know what, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do what Candles from the Keeping Room I finished. It wasn't that much because I did start the L3 Advent calendar as well. So some of those are going to be in here. So with that, I'm trying to keep up and make sure I'm melting those every day. And I ordered 3 Advent calendars to make sure I had enough to melt in my large living space. So that's actually taking away from a lot of the melting I could have been doing of Candles from the Keeping Room. it's okay, you know. I'll continue to melt through some of the candles from the keeping room. And that being said, Carol announced in her Facebook group that she is planning to retire in June next year. And so she's only going to have so many releases. She's going to try and do as many as she can. I think she said like 3 in the winter months. I don't know how many more after that, but I'm definitely going to want to try and stock up on some of her stuff. So Winter Cabin is one that I finished. This is basically, I don't have the scent description on here, but it's basically Bonfire Bliss. I like Bonfire Bliss. I think I prefer it in blends, but I do still like it on its own as well. This throw was on the lighter side. This is from 2016, and I think it was like because of age. So I could smell it, but I kind of had to be searching for it when I entered the room. So it was okay, but again, I think that's the passage of time. Just so much of my wax from her is a little bit older, which makes me wonder why I'm gonna buy a bunch more, but I kind of want to stock up on some fresher scents from her. I finished this bag of cranberry balsam. So just like it says, it was like a nice tart cranberry with like a Christmas tree scent. So this was not a spicy cranberry. So this was kind of like nice and refreshing and a little bit sweet, and then that like balsam. And this did not have that cologne-y type scent to it that some Christmas tree scents will have. I also finished one called Alpine Cheer. And this, the scent notes are mountain balsam, cedarwood bark, snow white, cranberry, cinnamon, clove, patchouli, musk, and vanilla sugar. I really like this one. I'm trying to see if I can smell it in the bag. Because I can't really smell, I can't remember exactly what it smelled like, but I do remember really liking this one when I melted it. And this actually had like, so it was kind of like Christmassy. Based on the notes, I remember it being kind of like Christmassy and like I think the cranberry and then a little bit of that like musk type scent. But I did really like this one, and it would definitely be a repurchase if she had it. I'll have to determine exactly what I'm going to ultimately try to get from her next year when she does open. I finished this bag in Plumberry Spice. This is from 2015. So this is plump berries with warm spices and a hint of spruce. It smelled basically just like that sound. It's like nice winter, and I can smell it a lot kind of squeezing the bag against my nose. It's like nice winter berries with that really nice fresh kind of spruce Christmas tree. And there are some spices in it, not a lot. So this one was really good. Because she is retiring, she said she's going to pour all scents, so she's not going to keep it seasonal. So I'm assuming that means summer and like winter and fall scents will all be available. Primitive Wishes, and this is from 2015. This is hints of lemon, orange, cedarwood, and pine with warm, rich vanilla cookie. I feel like I remember smelling this one and getting more of like the cookie note with this one, and this was like really good. It threw really well, and for its age. But I'm having a hard time like remembering the scent other than remembering the fact that I liked it. So again, it's been like a week and a half now since I've melted some of these. Okay, I am baking brownies, so when the oven beeps, I may have to like get up again. I just got up to check them because it beeped, but they needed a little bit more time. So this one is Vanilla Pine Cone. This is from 2016. I don't know why I don't have any stuff from like 2017, 2018, I don't know. I guess it's been a while since I've purchased. So this one, I do remember this wasn't as strong. Like this one was a really, really light one, but it lasted all day. And by the end of the day, so it was kind of like maybe a 6 out of 10. So I could smell it. It was present in the room. It just wasn't like a crazy, ridiculously strong scent. But it did last all day because I remember coming into my room, because I put this in my bedroom, because I think I might have mentioned this, my dad doesn't like tree scents. I will melt some in the living room, but I try not to do too many. So when I melt them, sometimes I'm putting them either in my office or my bedroom. And so this one, when I came into my bedroom that night, I could still smell it, but it was more of just the vanilla that was actually left, which I was surprised about, because you would think with like a vanilla pine cone, the pine cone scent would be what was left at the end, but actually a lot of the vanilla was left. So it was pretty good. Let's see. I think that's it for Candles from the Keeping Room empties. So I finished a Blossom bag from Vintage Chic Scents. This is, it's creating a big shadow because I do have a ring light because I'm filming this at night and it gets dark in here when I don't have natural light. This is Anna's Waltz of the Snowflakes, yeah. And this is from 2016. I actually have the last few pieces of it melting in here right now, but this is Candy Canes Cotton Candy Frosting. Now her candy canes, oops, I'm smelling the wrong thing. So here's the original bag, and I double bag it. So her loaves, when they come in this bag, she used to send one of these paper bags along with her loaves. She doesn't do that anymore, but I would chop it up, keep it in this bag, and then just store it in the paper bag to give it extra protection. I love this scent, but her candy cane is more like a peppermint. And then that cotton candy frosting gives it some sweetness, but it's definitely heavy on the like peppermint of this. It's not, a lot of vendors' candy canes kind of come off a little bit sweeter and less of that intense peppermint. Her candy cane scent is quite intense on the peppermint. I really love this scent. This would definitely be a repurchase, and I think she might have had this recently in like a loaf or a Blossom bar or something, and I didn't get it because I knew I had some, but I kind of regret not getting it, but because I will melt minty scents like year round. So, but this is a definite repurchase from Vintage Chic Scents. I also finished this bag from Vintage Chic Scents in, this is a Blossom bag in Going Hollywood. I don't know that I've seen her list this one lately. This is strawberry, coconut cream pie, marshmallow, and zucchini bread. This is one of my favorite kind of one of her, like, I don't remember if it was like original scent to her, or if she kind of introduced it pretty early on in her opening the business, because I mean, this is again from 2016. But this one was one of her originals, I think, and just one of my favorite bakery blends, zucchini bread blends from her. It's so good because you get that sweet strawberry. The coconut cream pie isn't like overly coconut to me. It just gives it this very nice sweetness with the marshmallow and the zucchini bread. Really, really good. I do love Kirby's zucchini bread scent. So yeah, they're just really good. And this one, even though it's from 2016, it's still through like a solid, like, I would say 8 out of 10. So really good, and very happy with that one. Let's see. From Destination Wax, I finished this, what do you call these, breakaway bars in strawberry crumble. And this is strawberries and acai berries baked in sugar with a light topping of sugar cookie crumble. This really was like a really good strawberry kind of sugar cookie. A beautiful scent, but the longevity on this was very, very short-lived. I feel like this lasted maybe only 2 to 3 hours in the warmer. So I love the scent. It threw when I could smell it, like for the first couple hours, but it just fizzled out very, very fast, which I was kind of disappointed in, because I was thinking about ordering on December 1st and getting a loaf of that and another scent, but I ended up not. The other scent, I don't know that I finished it. I don't think I did. So I think that's the only one I finished from Destination Wax this week. Okay, I missed one from Candles from the Keeping Room. This is Melonade that I melted. This is from 2014, because this is back when I was rebagging some of her stuff. And I don't have the scent description, but it's basically kind of like a lemonade and melon scent. It actually performed pretty well, like a solid 7 out of 10. I had 3 wax tarts that I melted in my bedroom and bathroom. I kind of was, so even though it's like fall and now kind of almost winter and cold, I will melt a lot of fall and Christmas type scents or fall and winter type scents, but I don't stick solely to those. So every once in a while I want something more fresh or more fruity or whatever the case may be. I feel like my camera got crooked. There we go. So I did melt that. It was a decent scent. I enjoyed it well and melted it, although it's just not one of my favorites from her. So let's see. So from Dessa's Homespun Scent. Oh wait, I already talked about that one. I'm getting my stuff mixed up here. Okay, but I do have some Dessa's. So Sweater Weather Season. So this is her dupe for Bath & Body Works Sweater Weather. I don't have this dated, but I feel like I must have gotten it earlier this year from an order from her. It's a really good dupe for me of Bath & Body Works. It might be a tad bit more on the matte. Like Sweater Weather to me is like minty. It's like kind of like a fresh scent. It has a little bit of a masculine hint. I feel like hers might be a tad bit more on the like masculine note, but it's really good. I put this in my laundry room, and it was like throwing 10 out of 10, and it was coming out like into my living room and kitchen, so performed really well. I also melted a sample of gingerbread sweet cakes. So this was from March of this year that I got a sample. Oh my gosh, this one's so good. I put this in my office this afternoon. It's definitely like gingerbread and like extra bakery in there, so you really get that rich decadentness of the sweet cakes, but you definitely also get that like gingerbread cookie and spice. So it is a bit of a spicy scent, but it's really good. It's not overly spicy, but you do have to enjoy some level of spice to enjoy this one. But I'd highly recommend this one, and I would definitely look for it in the future, like next year, because I don't need more fall or Christmas type scents right now. Oh, I keep coming across candles from the keeping room. But okay, well, let's stick with Dessa's. So this is a blend. So this was back when Dessa's allowed us to do our own custom blending. And so this is candy cane, snowball cookies, and Christmas tree. So candy cane's obvious. Snowball cookies, I can't remember what the scent description was for that. It might have been a peppermint and a cookie scent. I can't remember, something like that. But this basically did smell like peppermint, cookie, and Christmas tree. That's what this was. I love that combination together from any vendor. It's very popular, and it's something I've melted for years. I just love it. And that one was really good and threw really, really well. From, let's see, okay, let me do the next candles from the keeping room I missed. This is a sample of sugared spruce. This was like a little cute acorn shape. This one, it definitely, again, has that cologne-y note to this one. I don't really get much of the sugared note. So I've smelled sugared spruce from other vendors and I've absolutely loved it. This one was a little bit more cologne-y, but actually once that like spruce scent, which had the cologne-y note to it, kind of like fizzled out, I actually really enjoyed it a lot more. But it was really strong, so it was good. I just don't think I would seek out this one or ask her to pour this one, because she is taking requests for what she's going to pour for her next openings next year. From Teddy Bees, I melted this sample of Campfire Stories. I don't have the scent description, but it's like a marshmallow, graham cracker, fiery side type scent. It's really good. I melted this in my office. I really enjoyed it. Just a nice overall creamy kind of fireside with a little bit of like a bakery note in there. I really, really did like this one, so that's good. I don't think I actually got it from this restock. If she did have it listed, I can't remember now. I finished another little scent shot sample. This is one my sister gave me in Balsam Beach. And this is, oh yeah, because this Campfire Stories did not have the scent description on it, but this one does. And it's Vanilla Balsam Ocean Driftwood with a touch of sea salt. So this one, I really enjoyed it. It definitely came off a lot more clean and fresh. Yeah, like that Vanilla Balsam was back there, but then like, and it was good, but that the ocean driftwood and the sea salt really did add more to it. So it's very much like a fresh kind of Christmas tree scent. Fresh, oceany, a little bit of sweet from that vanilla Christmassy tree scent. I did really like this one, and it would be one I would seek out next year from Teddy Bees. From Glitterati, I talked about this one before when it was a non-empty, but this is Mac Apple Peppermint. I wanted to just kind of get this one finished. I don't think I like apple and mint scents together, at least not in this blend. Like, I melted it and I enjoyed it while it was melting, but it's just something I would not seek out again. But it had excellent throw, it was nice and strong. And this last time I melted it, when I finished it, I was melting it in my office and it was like seeping out into like the living room area. So it was a strong performer. It's just not a scent blend that I would prefer. From Sniff My Tarts, which I know I never hauled this one, and I don't see them talked about much more, but they've been around forever. They've been in the wax community since even before I got into wax. So I think they just have like an old customer base, and just, you don't hear about them, but they do get pretty busy. This was Strawberry Pound Cake, Love Spell, and Pink Sugar Type. I will say I mostly got the Love Spell out of this. So this was in a Strawberry Pound Cake sampler that they did, and I got it in July of this year. I don't buy from them as much. Well, one, they're hard to get the wax from. And two, I just don't get the performance that I used to. So I bought this. I could smell the Love Spell, like, and that actually lasted all day. Like, so when I went to bed, I changed out the warmers, but I could still smell the Love Spell. But I really didn't get much. Like, I think at the very beginning, I got a little bit of kind of the bakery from the strawberry pound cake, but that's it. I didn't get the pink sugar. And I used to love their pink sugar. So not a favorite of mine. I have a handful more of scents from that sampler that I will continue to melt. But, and I actually did buy, they listed their mystery samplers. They put them on sale for 50% off. So I bought one. It was 3 pounds for 35 bucks. Now it's a mystery, so you don't get to pick what you get, but you can put like your likes and your dislikes, which I did fill that out. And I think they said it could be up to 12 to 14 weeks till you get it, because it is based off, it's just like leftovers of stuff they're making. So from custom orders or something, but I don't even know when they open their custom orders. But so I do have that coming. We'll see. But I think after that one, if I'm just not impressed with that box, I'll probably just not order from them again. Okay, so L3 Waxy Wonders is the last of my empties. I'm gonna go through the stuff that's not advent calendar related first. So I melted this sample of Soleil Blanc. This is a dupe of a Tom Ford perfume. I don't know the scent description. This was pretty light. I melted this sample in my bathroom. It was kind of a nice, soft, pretty type scent, but it was probably only like a 4 or 5 out of 10. I could smell it a little bit, but it wasn't very strong. I melted this sample of Camp Crystal Lake in my laundry room. I don't know the scent description for this one, but it was kind of just like a clean, fresh scent. There's something in it that smells familiar to me, but I can't place it. So it was okay. Like, again, I smelled it a little bit, but wasn't super strong in my laundry room. I melted this sample of Bora Bora Coconut Leaves. I actually have this from a custom. I love this scent. So it's a scoopable. I think it was a scoopable. It performed okay, but like I don't get the performance from her scoopables like other people do. I don't know why. And I don't care for the scoopables because I feel like they're messy, so I don't really reach for them very much. I will get them like once in a while, but if there's a scent I really want, but I've actually been trying to avoid them lately. Okay, so then my Advent empties. So as I mentioned, I bought 3 of her Advents. And what I did, so I kept the 3 little bags that each one came in. So I have 3 of those, but I only kept 1 of these so I could show you the date. So see, they're super cute. Here's one, and it says Christmas Wishes. And then the back is decorated too. And they were kind of in these, they were like taped. She must have some kind of a cutter that she uses, a craft cutter, and then they kind of fold in at the bottom and top. So then the wax bag was in that. So anyhow, so for day one was my favorite, I think. I had 2 that I really like. This is Hufflepuff Roasted Chestnuts and Bonfire Bliss. This was good. I feel like initially I got the Bonfire Bliss the most when it first started melting. But then it had a really good bakery note that started coming out, and it was so strong and so good. And it was definitely more than just her Bonfire Bliss, but it was like Bonfire Bliss extra or something. It was just so good. This was like my favorite one. I definitely need to make note of this one to request it for next year. I'm not going to request it for this year because I have way too much fall and winter scents. But this was really good and definitely one of the standouts for the first 8 days for me. So that one was good. Day 2 was, let me open this again. So this is Blueberries and Cream Sugar Cookie Royale Cotton Candy Frosting. And I've been trying to, I tried to do shorts each day of these. I don't know. You guys tell me, should I keep doing the shorts? Because I don't think many people are watching them. I'm not sure if you guys like them. And I've also been posting on Instagram. So I've never promoted my Instagram account here. This video is going to be long. I've never promoted my Instagram account here just because I never posted there, and particularly for any wax, but even personal stuff. Like it was always just used to follow friends and family and stuff. And I would post like once a year. But I don't know, I guess I got inspired because a lot of you guys use Instagram. So I got inspired in the last couple weeks to start posting. So I'm trying to post more there. My Instagram is just _Jenny2021. I changed my name too, so it would kind of match my YouTube account. But because most of my followers right now are still like friends and family that don't know about my wax addiction. Oh, hang on 1 second. Okay, so my phone alarm went off. It was set because Glitterati was doing a mystery like flash sale for a mystery box. And the first 15 people to comment me were gonna get a mystery box, and I definitely did not click fast enough, so that's what that was about. But anyhow, I'm just trying to turn off my alarm. Okay, so back to day 2 for L3. I may edit some of this out because I know this video is going to be horrendously long, but this was blueberries and cream, sugar cookie royale, cotton candy frosting. It's hard to read, really cute labels, but hard to read the text. This one, I wasn't like overly impressed with this. You definitely got the blueberry, but it was kind of like a candied blueberry. Sugar cookie royale, I don't think I got that. I think I got mostly blueberry and then maybe some of that cotton candy frosting. So not anything I feel like I would need to seek out and get again. So it was okay. Let's see, day 3. So here's what day 3 looks like. They definitely put a lot of time and attention to detail. And you definitely pay for the time it takes to put these together, which makes sense because obviously it's more than just pouring the wax, putting it in a bag and labeling it, all the time and effort they do to put that together. So you're paying a lot more per ounce than you would typically for her wax. So I don't know if I'll do this again next year. I think it's fun this year, but it definitely distracts. I say distracts, that's probably not the right word, but it definitely like forces you to melt L3 every day. Now I know I don't have to melt everything I get every day, but I'm trying to do that so I can talk about it in these videos, but you know, we'll see. So day 3 was sugar cookie frosted cupcakes white cake batter. This one was, I think, light. I don't think I could smell this one really. It was really, really light, so kind of a disappointment. So nothing really exciting to talk about there. Here is day 4. Cute little packaging though. This one, oh yeah, this was another standout to me. So this is Mac Apple Zucchini Bread Espresso. No, I really didn't get the Mac Apple in this one. I feel like this was more zucchini bread and espresso. Maybe the Mac Apple helped sweeten it a tad bit. This is the first time I melted a coffee, well, not the first time. I shouldn't say that because there's a couple other vendors I've had coffee scents from that I really like, but this one I actually really, really liked. So I actually, for her next RTS, I requested a blend of espresso, zucchini bread, and vanilla bean noel, just because it was a very, so this scent was a very, the espresso was like a very deep roasted coffee bean. It almost made the zucchini bread take a hint of like a burnt smell, but in a good way, like the very crusty edge of something that you baked in the oven. So I wanted something to sweeten it up a little bit. I know some people love their coffee scents like really strong. For me, I like a little bit of that sweetness or creaminess. So I did ask for that blend, which means I'm gonna order again. And I think her next and last RTS for December is, I think, on the 10th. Is that, so that's Friday. This is day 5. And here's the back, that's cute. And this is All Is Calm, Joy to the World. And this is like a lavender, like All Is Calm I feel like is lavender, peppermint, and maybe something else. And Joy to the World had, again, I posted it on Instagram, and I think I was actually talking about that, which I'll just circle back to. It's a masculine scent because I can still smell it in the bag. It's like teakwood, something teakwood or whatever. I feel like I mostly got that teakwood scent from this. It was mostly a masculine scent. This had a really good throw, like I think a solid like 8, 7 or 8. I don't know. I might have posted something slightly different on Instagram because now I'm going based on memory. And if I post on Instagram, it was based on that moment, what was happening. So but it had a good throw. I could smell it. It was long lasting, but near the end of it, it definitely just had only the masculine note. Early on, it definitely had more of those scent notes coming out, although the masculine note was kind of the most dominant note. By the end, that's all I could smell. So I remember taking it out after several hours, but it did have a pretty good life in the warmer. Here is day 6. And day 6 was Salted Caramel Vanilla Ice Cream White Elephant Exchange. This is another one that I didn't really smell much of in the warmer. So I don't know why some L3 stuff is so hit and miss. Like, I still love her wax. I still get a lot of really good hits and like scents I absolutely love and that like are amazing strong. So I will continue to buy from her, but this one, just nothing that I was impressed with, unfortunately. Day 7, here is the front and back. And so this was just yesterday. Oh yeah, this was Snooze Button Cotton Candy Craze. And Cotton Candy Craze, I think, is like cotton candy frosting, blue cotton candy, and something else. And then Snooze Button, I feel like, is like a peppermint, is it peppermint, lavender, and rosemary mint, or something to that effect. I really like this one. Definitely that Cotton Candy Craze really sweetened up this blend, but I could still get kind of that like minty goodness. I do like Snooze Button. This had a pretty good throw. I think like a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. And then the last one for this week, day 8, and here's day 8. So this is one, let me see. Yeah, this is Wild Currant Sandalwood Whole Vanilla Beans. I feel like I got mostly the Wild Currant in this one, and it really did kind of have like a juicy, kind of wintry, like berry scent is what like I got from it, but there's also something like a hint like perfumey or something in this. I don't know that I'm getting the sandalwood or the whole vanilla beans. I feel like I'm just getting the Wild Currant. And from a throw perspective, I would say again, this is maybe a good solid 7 or 8 out of 10. I like the Wild Currant, so I definitely think I'd be interested in either trying that on its own or maybe trying it in another blend. And I feel like that Wild Currant can definitely be like a spring or summer scent. It doesn't have to be like winter. So I enjoyed that one today too. So that is it for my empties. So now my non-empties. Here is the basket of that. I'll try to go through these as quickly as possible. And I'm just going to pick from the top. So this first one is Teddy Bees. I was actually melting this one in my living room today. This is Winterfell, which is Marshmallow Fireside, Palo Santo, White Birch, Icy Snow, and Vanilla. I feel like in this one, I get mostly the White Birch, Icy Snow, and Vanilla. On warm, I'm not smelling the Marshmallow Fireside or Palo Santo. I really like Palo Santo, but I'm not really getting that on warm, but this is still a very good blend. This was poured October 27th, so I think it's definitely cured. It's about a month and a half now, close to a month and a half. This one's a little weird in that, so I'm melting this in my main living area, which is my living room, my kitchen, dinette, and dining room, and it's a very big open area. There is one kind of partial wall, I would say, between the kitchen and the formal dining room, and we don't use the formal dining room very much except like for holidays, and we have get-togethers and stuff. Otherwise we're in the dinette. And so usually I'm just melting kind of in the kitchen and living room, and that kind of floats into the dinette. This one's weird. It's kind of floating towards my front door, so like part of the office, part of the living room, I can't really smell it, but then other parts it's like really, really strong. So it's weird in that I feel like Teddy Bees doesn't fill up the space the same way that some of my other wax does, but her stuff does perform well. I'm just having to get used to warmer placement or something for her wax. So anyhow, so this, like in part of my living room, it's like a solid like 8 or 9. But other parts, I'm not smelling it. So, but it's a beautiful scent, and I'm going to continue to let it cure and see how it does. All right, from the Pharmacist's Daughter, I melted basically half of this, like one stick, and then half of another of this Isaquina or something like that. It's blue sugar, pomegranate, shave and haircut. I don't have the scent description for. I thought maybe it was like a shaving cream scent, but I don't know. I think it's something different because it's kind of more of a like masculine. It doesn't smell like shaving cream to me. Not what I think of as shaving cream when I get from other vendors. I think the pomegranate, like I don't distinctly smell blue sugar. I don't distinctly smell pomegranate, but there is something kind of sweet in this. And then shave and haircut, whatever it is, it's a very like clean, fresh scent. So this is like clean and fresh with a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of warmth to it, that I think the sweetness could be coming from the blue sugar as well, obviously, but I think it's coming from the pomegranate. The sweetness I smell, And then I think that little bit of warmth is coming from the blue sugar. This was really strong. I put it in my office this morning and basically it melted the whole day. And then I did dump it out when I was kind of like sick of smelling it. Because at the end it kind of just got down to that like more masculine note. And so I was ready to dump it out, but good performance from that one. So I was happy with that. From Wicked Essence, so I just hauled this. And I didn't know if I should wait to let it cure, but I thought, well, let me try and melt something and see. So I did melt half of the Snappy Bar in Cupcakes at Tiffany's. This was only 3 ounces, so half of it is 1.5 ounces. And so basically this is how much of it I melted, right? These, what is that, 12 squares? And I think I put it in 4 different warmers in like my living room, kitchen area. It threw really strong. It was like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. And this is such a good, sweet, kind of creamy, toffee, chocolatey type scent. It's really good. Now I do think I prefer Cupcakes at Tiffany's in blends versus just on its own, but it is still really good. And the throw was really good on that. The other one I melted from Wicked Essence is Cranberry Lemon Zucchini. This one was amazing. Again, I melted it in my living room kitchen area, so I did half of it and spread it amongst 4 warmers. Super, super strong. From this though, I got mostly, I think, the zucchini bread, and it says warm cranberry, but to me it was a little bit of a spiced cranberry. Not necessarily spicy, but definitely some spice in there, like a little bit of a spice note. The lemon glaze, I don't think I was picking it up. Now, I don't know if that could have been adding some sweetness or some tartness to it, but I didn't smell like lemon when it was melting. I love this. It was so strong. I was almost like I put too much in my warmer. So this was like a 12 out of 10. Lasted a long time. I was melting it in the evening. I turned my warmers off, went to bed, relit them the next day, and I could still smell it some. So I was really impressed with this one. I really like this blend, so it's something I would seek out from her again sometime next year. And so far, based on performance, I would definitely order from her again, from those two. From the Bathing Garden, I melted some of this Winter Palace. Oh, I didn't put the scent descriptions on here yet. This is from the order I just received, but it's French lavender with a bunch of other stuff in it. And it's so beautiful. It's definitely very herbal, but there's a little bit of just something extra, and I wish I had the scent notes, so I apologize for not having them. But I did melt this in 1 cube in 3 different warmers in my bedroom and bathroom. It filled the space beautifully. I struggle a little bit between, is this a nighttime scent, or because of all the other scents in there, it's like it takes on somewhat of a floral note or something. So I did melt it at night and I enjoyed it. And I think I will continue melting it at night, but I also think it'd be a beautiful scent just to melt during the day if you want kind of a sophisticated, beautiful, like lavender scent going somewhere in your home. And even though it is like herbal and floral, it's not overpowering or strong or cloying or anything like that. It's absolutely beautiful. I did place another order after hauling this and got 4 more clams. So, oh, and what I was gonna say about Instagram. So I will just _ Jenny 2021, I think is what it is. I will try to remember to post it below, but because on Instagram it's mostly my family and friends that don't know about my wax addiction, I don't want to flood my posts with all wax stuff and have like these people that don't know about my wax addiction be like, what is she doing? So I will occasionally post something wax related just as a normal post. But what I'm doing, there's a way you can restrict like your stories at the top. Most of you, I'm sure, know this. Your stories at the top, you can limit who sees them. So you can actually specifically say these people won't see them. So what I did is I went through and just any of my personal family and friends that don't know about my wax addiction or that I don't want to know about it, I made it so they can't see my stories. And then anybody else that follows me from the wax world, you guys should be able to see both my posts and my stories. But just as an FYI for you, in case you do follow me on Instagram, most of my wax stuff is going to be in my stories versus posts, because that was the easiest way for me to restrict the audience and not have like all my friends and family kind of see all this ridiculous, crazy wax. I mean, not crazy. This is, you know, it's a hobby. We love it. And there's no problem with that at all. But I mean, my family, I never intended for my family to find out about my YouTube channel. My immediate family knows now because My sister found out from someone in the wax community, which is fine, but it was something that was just meant to be for me personally. So that's just how I'm going to do my Instagram, but definitely follow me there. I know I don't have very many followers because I literally just started posting like in the last couple weeks. So anyhow, total tangent there. Okay, so let me continue on from L3. I melted roughly half of this chunky buns in Strawberry Pound Cake White Elephant Exchange. I think this was a White Elephant Exchange sampler that she did, and I love the scent. It's just a definitely like heavy bakery with a little bit of strawberry in it. It's beautiful, but I do prefer a little bit more strawberry. So I prefer to get like Strawberry Pound Cake with some more strawberry in it versus more bakery, but it's definitely good. And her White Elephant Exchange, I can't remember the scent descriptions for it. It's like a uber bakery scent, and it's amazing. So this one I really, really enjoyed. I have half of that left. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted some of this Cranberry Pumpkin. This is a dupe for the Bath & Body Works candle. I don't know that they've released the Bath & Body Works candle one in a while. I'm not sure. I think I have a couple in my collection just because I haven't melted or burned candles in a long time. I do a little bit every once in a while, but so I really like this one. It's like a bakery, like the pumpkin just gives it a bakery note, and then you get that tart cranberry. It's so good. This performance-wise was pretty solid, like a definite 8, and it's from 2015. So this one performed really well. I don't know that it used to be a favorite scent of mine. I don't know if it still is, so I don't think I'll try to request it from Carol, but it's really good. And down the road, I may get it from another vendor. From Kay's, I melted some of this custom blend I did in Tinsel and Twinkle, Pink Sugar, and Sugar Cookie Crunch. So just for people who don't know, Tinsel and Twinkle is orange zest, grapefruit, cinnamon, clove bud, cedar leaves, sandalwood, and fir needles. To me, Tinsel and Twinkle is like a very bright and festive, like Christmas tree scent. The Christmas tree scent or the fir needles is definitely there, but it's not overly tree-like. It's just beautiful and zesty. It's very strong though, because I did melt a couple. I have Tinsel and Twinkle just on its own from her, and it was like super strong. So I wanted to do a blend to kind of tone it out and add a little bit more to it. So I did the Pink Sugar and Sugar Cookie Crunch. I really like this blend, but I do think with the Pink Sugar and Sugar Cookie Crunch, it definitely mellows out that Tinsel and Twinkle quite a bit. Now this I got just in November, so I do think letting this one cure a little bit longer will probably just help it develop more, but it did perform pretty well. I probably got like an 8 out of 10, and I put 3 cubes in 3 different warmers in my living area, and it was really good. And I would definitely get this blend again, or maybe try some other kind of blend with the Tinsel and Twinkle. I melted 3 cubes of rosemary mint. Her rosemary mint is the Aveda type, so it's rosemary, fresh garden herbs, and mint. I really love her rosemary mint. It's beautiful because it's minty and a little bit sweet, and just that herbally kind of rosemary in there. Really, really good. And this is a solid performer. This is also one I got in November. So I would say, I think when I melted this was about an 8, again, out of 10 in my bedroom. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications. Let's see. From Empire Alchemy. I haven't talked about this vendor in a while. I only purchased from them once, and I don't know, like so many people love them. I don't know if I just didn't pick good blends or what it was. Like nothing's like amazed me yet that I've melted from the order I got, and I've melted a little bit of almost everything I purchased. This is Spa Strawberry, which is fresh strawberry, lemon zest, lemongrass, patchouli, and green leaves. So it's definitely like what it says, like a fresh, more spa-like strawberry. So it's pretty and it's nice, but it's not like a favorite. So it's one that I just don't reach for. But I have one of my wax friends said that Empire Alchemy really doesn't last past a year. I don't have these dated, but I do know I got them, I don't know, like February or March, probably March of this past year, or maybe even April. So I do want to try and get through what I have from her still by the beginning of the year. So I just picked it up to melt it. But this is a scent I'll either put in like my laundry room or like my bedroom bathroom during the day when I'm not going to be in my room. So I can smell it as I like come in and out of my room or whatever, but it's not something I want to just smell all the time in the room that I'm in. That's more scent preference, but the throw on it is decent. From Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted some of this cranberry chutney. Ooh, this is good. It's like a tart cranberry, like it makes your mouth water. This must have, let's see, when is this from? 2015 again. I think I melted at least 3 tarts of this one. Nice and strong, and I think definitely it's strong because of the type of scent that it is, so I had really good performance from that one. Cranberry pomegranate, again from 2015. This one was more cranberry with like the sweet pomegranate. So her pomegranate is that really rich, it's not rich, that very sweet pomegranate. So this was again, it performed well and I could smell it, but just not necessarily a favorite. I did bog cranberry and sweet apple. I have to remember now. Oh yeah, this one was good because this was like a tart cranberry with like a juicy apple. Yeah, and so I don't remember what room I melted this one in. This was from 2015 as well, but this performed well. I'm gonna really have to think like what are some of my absolute favorites from her and just get those. I get good, I enjoyed it. It's not something I feel like, oh, I have to have more of, but it's probably also because I'm headed out of like, you know, fall type scents. Christmas Kitchen, I melted a few of. It's Christmas Kitchen and then Christmas Cookies. So I think Christmas Kitchen, oh yeah, this is the one that's Christmas tree, like cookie and mint. So good, so good. I really, really love this one. Her cookie scents, I feel like from Carol, they like, you don't really smell them very much on cold, and then you get them in a warmer and they do just amazingly well. So very warm, very like you're literally baking cookies. So this one I really enjoyed. I don't know that I feel like I need to stock up on it when she does, you know, release stuff. I think I'll have to, over the next week or so, really go back on my collection from her, see what some of my favorites are, and decide what I want to request from her if she has the oils. Otherwise, I think I might just see what she pours and just pick some things that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I liked that scent and I really loved it. So then Christmas Cookies, again, I don't have the scent description for, is really just a good cookie blend. I'm trying to smell it. I don't smell it as much in the bag, but I know, I remember this one being really good, and this was one that like kind of develops once you get it warmed up. So really good. I melted some of L3's Arctic Circle, which is Boogie Be Gone, eucalyptus, and toasted marshmallow. The Boogie Be Gone is like her Vicks Vapor Rub kind of type dupe scent. I don't know if you remember from my, I think it was my last Should You Melt This, I had a Boogie Be Gone in like a trig tart, and I melted it and I said I pretty much couldn't smell it. So this one I was interested to see how it does. I absolutely could smell this blend. The Boogie Be Gone was present in it, but it definitely is a little bit subdued by the toasted marshmallow. So it's really good, but I do think I'd prefer just the Boogie Be Gone on its own, because I think when I'm looking for that type of scent, I want it to be pretty strong and nose clearing versus having that toasted marshmallow in it. So it was good and I enjoyed it and it performed well. It's just, I think I prefer to try and see if I can get some of the Boogie Be Gone in like another format where it will actually like throw, hopefully. From Dessa's, I melted half of this like souffle with an embed, I think is what she called it. This is peppermint bark, which is a layer of bold dark chocolate and crushed sweet peppermint candy. It smells like Andes Mints. Absolutely, it smells like that chocolate and sweet mint kind of scent. Oh, so good. Now on warm, this wasn't the best performer. I melted half of it and I split that half into 3 different warmers in my living room. I could smell it, but I feel like I had to kind of search for it a little bit more, and that's pretty abnormal for Dessa's, especially for like a chocolate minty scent. So I'm not sure what's going on with this one. I will, you know, obviously I'll melt the other half at some point, hopefully in the next week or 2. I hope it does better. So I don't know if it was just an off night for my nose or for whatever, the circulation in my living room area, but I don't get a draft. I mean, this house, it's new construction. There's literally 0 draft. And normally when the heater kicks on, because it does get down to like 30 degrees at night now, when the heater kicks on in the living room, that tends to push the scent down, so we smell it more is what I typically see. But I struggled a little bit smelling this one, but that's very atypical for Dessa's performance, so I'm not too concerned. I think it was just it was off for some reason. Let's see, I melted some Teddy Bees Simply Christmas. This is the smell of Christmas furs with the slightest hint of candy canes. Ooh, this one was so good. Yeah, like Christmas tree, candy canes, cookies. So good. Her Christmas tree is really good. Really, really good. So I melted this only once. I put it in my laundry room. Again, because I'm trying not to do too much in the living room area because of my dad. But so far, he's only commented on Dessa's Christmas tree scent. There's been twice now I've been melting a scent from her that has one of her kind of Christmas tree scents in it, and he's commented that he doesn't like it. I've melted a few other vendors' Christmas tree scents in my living room area, and he hasn't commented. So I don't know if it's just hers that something doesn't agree with his nose or what. I'm hoping that's the case. So I may try melting this in the living room area because it's so gorgeous and so beautiful. I just put it in the laundry room and it performed really well there. So I definitely want to melt it in kind of a bigger area where I can enjoy it. Let's see, Destination Wax Lavender Cookie. So this I have mixed feelings about because I think I melted it once and it performed really well in my bedroom. I did 2 cubes and I was like, oh, it's strong. Oh, it's amazing. I need to get some on December 1st. And this is dated September 21st. And this is basically just lavender sugar cookie. Then I melted it a second time and then I was like, I can't smell it. So again, I don't know if I was having an off day. I don't remember if this was melted on the same night that I melted this during the day. I don't remember now. So it might have just been my nose. I'm not sure, but I have 2 more left. I need to melt it. And so when I melted this one and the second time and I was like, oh, I can't really smell it. That's when I decided not to order on December 1st because I was like, I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to melt these 2, see how they do at some point and then make a decision. However, I have to say, Moon Spice cookie. I melted 2 of these in my office one morning. Oh my gosh, this one was so good. The sugar cookie and the Celtic moon spice in this. So it's sugar cookie, coffee, and Celtic moon spice. The sugar cookie and Celtic moon spice is so amazing. And the coffee's there, but it's not like overly coffee. So I really, really enjoyed this scent. I definitely, at least this is the first time I melted it. So I definitely think this is one I would want to get more of. I don't think I need like a loaf, but I think I could definitely do a couple more of these like breakaway bars. And this to me is not seasonal. Yeah, the Celtic moon spice has like some of those spice notes in it, but I think this is something like just having melt in the mornings just would be beautiful. So really enjoyed that one. So this is why I'm kind of like not sure yet how much more I want to order from Destination Wax. From Sugar Melts by Stacy, I melted some of this toast and jam. Sorry if there's a little bit of glare. This is raspberry jam and toasted bread. Her raspberry jam, it's very sweet. Very, very, very sweet. This did really strong, but this is like artificial, uber rich raspberry. So it's not a favorite of mine. It performed really well. Lasts a long time. Like I've had really decent performance from her, and I definitely want to watch out and like maybe try some other scent types from her. And there's been a couple I've really enjoyed. I will continue to melt this. It's not like an absolute favorite. Like I don't know after I finish this loaf if I'll need more, but I'm definitely enjoying it while I'm melting it. It's just very sweet. Okay, only 2 more things. Okay, this is the Pharmacist's Daughter Traveler's Rest, which is Palo Santo, Black Raspberry Vanilla, and Black Teakwood. From this one, I feel like I got mostly the Black Raspberry Vanilla on warm. I feel like I melted this pretty early in this past week, but it's so good. I'm trying to remember on warm. I remember liking it, and I remember getting the Black Raspberry Vanilla, but I'm struggling now remembering how much of the Palo Santo or teakwood I got. I don't think it was overly teakwood. I do really feel like my recollection is I got mostly the Black Raspberry Vanilla, and I really liked it. And Black Raspberry Vanilla, I'm assuming that's the Bath & Body Works type. Either I have not melted a scent with that in a long time, or I never have. But I enjoyed it so much that I'm like, I probably need to look out for like some more blends with Black Raspberry Vanilla because I think it's awesome. And then very, very last one, I need to do this before I get cut off, Honeydew Cotton Candy from Sassy Girl Aroma. This was like super, super strong. I put, I think, 2 cubes in my 2 different warmers in my bedroom, and oh my gosh, it was almost so strong. I was almost tempted to like turn it off or dump some out. So I think next time I need to not melt as much. It was just really strong, probably just 1 cube in each. Her honeydew is a little bit more of a floral honeydew, but it's really good. really strong. So anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back soon with more videos. Bye.